Hello, Eddie. Hello. Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today I'm doing an art journal page in my larger dylusions journal. And I'm digging through my confession bin here, just trying to grab any images that I can start my page off with. I've used this bin the last couple pages. It's my leftover bin of from one magazine challenges or just whatever that I have not put back up yet. One day I'll put it up, or maybe I'll just use all the clips in there and we'll do it that way. But I chose these two images to start with, so I'm just gonna get them all glued down as best I can. I'm not too careful with it. I just move that glue stick all over it. And I've seen some people use like liquid type glue and even Mod Podge and stuff, and I don't know, I always get crinkles with that. So if y'all got tips on how you don't, let me know, but glue stick always works great for me. You see, I'm already on glue stick number 2. And just getting that all glued down. I really wanted to start with this girl that has this kind of rainbow ombre stuffed animal behind her. I've had this image forever. I want to think it's from a Shape magazine or something like that. And then I just really liked this girl as well with that striped background and the bicycle. I thought they played off each other well. So now that glue's dried, I'm going to break out the gesso just to prime the page, because we're going to be adding more paint on it. And y'all see me struggling there. Could not get that thing open to save my life. But I'm just priming the page, and also I'll be going around and putting some on the actual magazine image itself, where I'm going to be, again, tying in paint later. Like, I have just found, I didn't even know what gesso was, y'all, until I started watching all these YouTube videos way back when I saw people like putting art in books. I'm like, man, this art journaling thing's cool. Didn't know what gesso was. I've never had an art class or anything like that. And I still kind of don't know what it is, but I know it's a dang good primer, and I know it makes my paint just glide on the page, and I love it. I mean, I'll be using, I'll be using apple barrel paints lately that are really inexpensive paints. You get them at Walmart for 50 cents a bottle, or at least you used to. Hopefully you still do. And they don't work too well for me when I just go straight on the page with them. But I tell you what, when I go on a page that's primed with like gesso or something like that, they just glide and blend, and it's just wonderful. So I don't know, that's my little tidbit. Like I say, I'm not an art person. I'm just give me a bunch of materials and let me see what I can do with them type of person, because why not, right? So now that I got a good coat on there, I'm gonna let that dry completely, and now I'm back with my apple barrel paints. And y'all know how I do. I'm just getting my finger in there, because I tell y'all what, I would like to say that this is some like technique I'm trying out and stuff, but to be honest, this was late at night and I didn't want to get out something to like squirt paint on. Also, I don't like wasting paint if I can help it, even if it's 50 cents. So I was just putting that out on my finger and just doing stripes. And I wasn't sure exactly where I was going. And when I'm like that, I just put something on the page. Because y'all, if you don't like it later, you can always just paint over it. But she had these cool dark blue stripes in the background of that image. And I wanted to start and play off that and see where that takes me. And yeah, just putting little stripes in, going wherever they may. And then I got out a little detail brush and decided to add some skinnier stripes, because why not, right? Like I say, worst case scenario, if you don't like it, you can just paint over it later. You know, it ain't serious. It's all right. Worst case, we ruin a magazine image or two. It's all right. Just don't worry about it. Just get in there. If you're thinking about trying art journaling or trying putting paint with stuff, just do it. The first like 10 pages or so, I ruined the full out of them. That's all right. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. I learned a lot. I learned what crinkles what, and I don't know, I'm still learning a lot. And now I wanted to take that yellow, and I had this yellow that pretty well matched with the yellow. Well, it don't look like on camera, but it does in person. But it pretty well matched with the yellow that's in that stuffed animal. And also there's a lot of yellow accents on the girl on the left. So I just wanted to start like a base there, just smoking it out, because my idea was I'm going to have a certain background behind each girl and then kind of have a meet in the middle and blend. So just taking my finger, and I'm just going straight in the bottle with that one. Y'all ain't even squirting it out. Like, just get in there. It was really fun. Finger painting's fun, y'all. But I'm going to let that completely dry before we move on to the next. So this stuffed animal in the background, it had this cool ombre type effect. So I'm going in with my finger with these different colors and trying to mimic that ombre. And I really like too, I don't know if y'all saw my video I posted a few months ago about my paint storage hack, where I swatched all my paints on top of the lids. That helped out a lot because I was trying to match these colors as best I could to that stuffed animal. And that was really a lifesaver because I could see exactly what the color was going to dry as. And I'm obsessed with this pink. I love this pink. I want everything in my life painted with this pink. Just love it. Again, these are all the apple barrel paints that you get at Walmart, 50 cents. I don't know. I think they may be made by the same company, but I'm not sure. But I know Hobby Lobby has like folk art or something. I don't know if they behave the same, but these are matte acrylic paints, apple barrel. And then I just love that paint so much, I just wanted to add some on the left side too. And this, I'm going to start playing around again, y'all, because for whatever reason, when I start these painted pages, I start with one direction in mind. And it slowly morphs into something else because I start playing around with either a brush or, in this case, my fingers. And I start seeing some things that I like. And then I just do more of that. If that makes sense. Oh, and I just really love it. It's almost like that animal is coming out of the smoke and just, enveloping her there. I love it. So then I got to thinking, I had this blue that was a little bit brighter than that first blue I put down with them stripes. And I thought, let's do some transition. Let's kind of cloud this bright blue and have it tie in with this, this really cool pastel-y, neon, rainbowy type of cloud here. And I'm just going over top of that blue with some white apple barrel paint and just smushing it around before it completely dries, because y'all, this stuff dries fast, like super fast. But just to give it a less like singular color look and make it blendy. Those of y'all that know your paints and terms are probably cringing, but that's okay. And then I really liked that so much, I started going in that direction and I started covering up all those stripes. I no longer was digging those, and I just wanted to bring this whole like happy blue smoky cloud thing over the whole page. So I just keep going, putting blue down, putting white down, and just blending and blending and blending with my fingers. Worked like a charm. Didn't have to get out anything to put paint on that I'd have to clean up. just had a ball with it. Like, if you're just wanting to play around with paint, y'all, just get your fingers in there and do it. It's really fun. I'm trying to think of what TV show I was watching when this was going on, but I can't remember. How bad is that? Like, I mean, it ain't been that long. I ain't got any memory. I tell y'all what. I think I have I prioritize stuff in my brain. And if stuff doesn't make that high priority, it's out. So if I don't put it on a Post-it or put it in my planner, it just don't exist. There I am. I'm still just blending that around. Oh, I love the effect that makes. Like, I used to think these apple barrel paints would not blend and that they were just awful and they were just for craft paints and stuff. But I tell y'all what, you put that gesso stuff down before you get started, And look at that, it just blends, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I love it. And I love the way this background's coming together. Even watching it again, doing this voiceover, I'm in love with it. Because I mean, I tell y'all what, I don't have any artistry painting skills, and I just being able to do that with my fingers and get some type of pattern that I really like. And now I'm taking some of that dark blue paint that we just covered up that I had used for those stripes, and I'm just adding some more dimension to it. Just giving it some more visual interest, especially around the far side, to kind of frame her in. And I'm just playing around with it until I get the shapes and the different shades how I want them. And luckily too, this paint washes off very easily, so all that paint you're seeing on my fingers ain't nothing some warm water and some soap can't fix. So came off pretty easily. So that all that paint that I put down has dried. So I'm going to take that pink again, because I told you I really do like that pink. And I'm going to go back and add some more to the blue side, just to tie both sides of the page in, and just to put some more pink on there because I can, and bring in some of those yellows, especially since yellow's very prominent in the accents in that image. And like I said, just play around, tie in some more colors, give her a little sunshine there, just having fun with it. And I'm really usually double adverb, but I'm usually not one to use a lot of bright colors like this. I like more muted colors. There was a time I really only used black and white for the most part. So when I can break out some colors like this and have fun, I just love it. And still fiddling around. Got to add some more of that yellow, y'all. I don't know. Do y'all think, is it smoke? Is it clouds? Is it clouds that used to be smoke? What y'all think? And again, just got to add some more of that pink. I love that pink. It's like a perfect, not quite bubblegum pink. It's a little brighter than that. But it's wonderful. It is wonderful. And it just adds, it makes that blonde girl over there pop out more. So I enjoyed it. Maybe I'll remember in a minute what show I was watching. Don't hold me to it, y'all. So now that that's all completely dried, I'm going to get some acrylic ink. And I was having a time getting that open too, y'all. But I'm going to get some black acrylic ink and a small detail paintbrush. And we're just going to make some branches, vines, curlicues, whatever you want to call them, all across the page to give it this like silhouetted look, almost like a stained glass look. Just to have, I don't know, I just wanted to do it and I have fun, y'all. And I think I've said this before, but even when I was in school, I was a doodler, y'all. And I would take on the back of my spiral bound notebooks, and I would doodle trees and make their branches, and then make these type of vine designs. And it's just something I've always loved to just draw and paint. And I'm trying to make it so it's going like in and out of the images, like going behind their arms or in front of their legs, and just kind of make it look like they're all entangled in this wonderful silhouette here. And I just love that black on top of the really, really bright colors, and I just had a ball with it. I think I like painting with the acrylic ink even better than I do just doodling with a pencil or something. It just, I don't know, it's so much fun. Now I'm like, should I add more? Yes, I should add more. And I really just went with it, and I started adding, it almost looks like branches, veins, cracks in the scene there, and just adding them all around. I love it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may do something with that for Halloween for my house. That would make a pretty cool, like, spooky background for a Halloween sign or something. Just going through. I gotta remember this acrylic ink though, because I really love the way it shaped those little tendrils, and I just really loved it. It almost could look like veins from like a heart or something too. Although if your veins and your heart got curlicues, you may want to get to the doctor, but y'all know what I mean, right? I don't know, you can see a lot from that. And I'm going to let that dry, but here's a close-up of how it's looking. And my phone don't know how to handle all that color coming at it. But now that that's dry, I'm going to go over top of it and do close to the same thing, but not quite as not quite as many in white. And for this, I don't have a white acrylic ink that's opaque enough, so I'm just using my trusty old Posca pen, and it's running low on ink, so y'all will see me shaking it up a lot. And I'm trying to decide if I want to put this girl in the page or not at this point. But I'm just going around putting the white branches over top of the black branches, making my little curly cues, having fun with it. It'll all come together in a minute, y'all. And the pen wasn't as opaque as I wanted it to be, so I just went back on top of it as it dried and did like 2 or 3 coats on top of the vines to really make that white stand out. I just kept shaking the pen. I'm going to get every bit of use out of that, because I don't want to buy any more until around Christmas as a Christmas present to myself. So if there is a drop of ink or a drop of paint in that Posca pen, you bet your butt it's going to get used. I got to stock up on a lot of my white stuff though, y'all. I think I've used up all my white gel pens. I about used up my Posca pen. That means that's a supply I actually get use out of. I always joke all these pens and paints and stuff I could probably get away with just buying black and white. If you're just starting out getting art supplies and stuff, that's something to think about. Just start with the black and white and then go from there, because they'll go with everything. So now to make, excuse me, let me glue my little friend down here first, because I thought she fit in this page so well as well. We're going with it. Sometimes English is awkward. But I'm gluing her down, and I kind of had those vines coming out from behind her. But to really make the white vine stand out, I'm going around with a black gel pen. This one is a Zebra Rapid Dry. Woo, what a tongue twister. And just outlining each little ivy, branch, curlicue, vein thing. Whatever y'all want to call them. And I'm not being too fussy with it. I'm not trying to be exactly up in the lines. I'm just going with it. I'm having fun with it. Just letting it glide. Having a moment. It's just fun. I think just doodling or even just drawing like this is wonderful, because it almost empties your head for a second. It's a repetitive motion, and I love it. Do y'all see? I'm also loving the outline across this. It's really making that white stand out. I just love it. I love outlining things like that too. I'm weird. If y'all see any of my doodle pages, y'all know. And we're getting into this. So we have this bright color, and then we have this, dark branches, whatever you see in those on top of that, but then we have white ones growing out on top of those again. So what do y'all think that means? I think I have a vague idea in my head what I think it means, and you'll see when we add the words especially, but what do y'all think? Is it just a design to you? Does it mean something else? I don't know. What do y'all take from it? I love hearing your ideas on things. And I think it's kind of funny too. So if you watch my videos with my purely magazine collages, I like to tell a story and I like to have characters, and you know, sometimes they can get kind of elaborate, you know, also crazy. And my painted pages, for whatever reason, they're more like singular in theme. So it's almost like a feeling or a vibe I'm trying to get across. I don't know. Do y'all have that with your art journals or your sketches or whatever you may do? Do you have certain like styles where maybe it's just a theme, or you know, and then you have another book and it's an ongoing story? Or I don't know, y'all. That's just how my little brain works. But y'all see there, I'm just outlining it and just making it really pop off that page. And here's a closer look at how it's turning out there. Oh, again, my poor phone, it cannot handle all that color being thrown at it. I love it. And now I'm going to bring the white paint back out. And I tried this in the last page that I did as well. I used to do a lot of the Posca paint across there. And you know, I would put it down and then I'd smush it, but I'm figuring out that I can do the same thing with my cheap old good trusty apple barrel paint. So we're going to put this down, smoke it out, you know, blend it out so that I have a base for my words. And we're going to be writing the words in on this one too. I don't know what's going on with me, y'all. Usually I do found words with magazine, but I just feel like writing out some words. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Kudos if you know where that's from. Oh, but yeah, just getting in there, getting that together. It's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. And now that that's fully dried, I'm going to get my black Posca pen back out. And what y'all think I'm going to write? So I got girl. See me thinking, I gotta make sure I spell stuff right. It says embrace that. And happiness with a smiley face. So that's what I see when I look at these girls. Like, they're really happy. They're embracing life. They're just smiling. They're just embracing it, y'all. And I think, you know, when we think of happy, we think of those bright, wonderful, fun colors on the back. And then maybe all those black vines, they represent things that get in the way of happiness. But then those white vines, it shows that, you know, there's going to be new growth. Does that make sense? Your happiness should be like one of those dang weeds that is so ornery that it will grow up through concrete. You know what I mean? It will crack that concrete in half. But anyway, here is my finished page, y'all. Thank y'all so much for spending this art video with me. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. And thank y'all so much for watching. And I will see y'all next week with another art video. Bye, guys.